Hi everyone, hope everyone is well. It's a Saturday, I think beginning of April, and I was just going to come out for an hour or two to do some photography because I had quite, understatement, I had a large one last night. I've forgotten everything. I was going to use my Nikon Z6 with my 500mm PF. I've forgotten the adapter, so I can't put the PF on. The card that I've got doesn't work, so luckily had a spare one in the car. So basically I've just got only this Nikon Z6II and the 24-70. So it wasn't the type of photography I was planning, but found this little field here with these beautiful cosmos. Cosmos are so pretty, and I'm just being a bit arty and seeing if I can get anything, but probably not. I also thought I'd just make a video, have a bit of a ramble. It's been a while since I've done one, and I don't know, I've been sort of busy this last few weeks, so I haven't been able to do a video, and sometimes you can kind of lose motivation, especially with YouTube. Doing YouTube can get frustrating. I don't do it as a competition, I do it just for me, but obviously I watch a lot of other channels, and you are aware of how well they do and how well your own channel does, and I've got to be honest, I'm not growing as quick as I thought or hoped I would. I'm not sure why that is. Probably I'm not consistent enough with uploads. That's one reason. I think two, people don't really like my style, maybe because maybe I'm not serious enough or something. I don't know. I always hope that my photos will carry some weight and they'll see, well, obviously he knows what he's doing because he's got nice photos. But often they're at the end of the video. I think people have probably switched off before then anyway. So I don't know. I'm not really sure which sort of direction the channel should go, really. I mean, the last few videos I've done, I mean, I'm barely getting, any views at all, really. I'm not sure why that is. But yeah, I'm a big boy. I'm not going to cry about it. I'll just keep doing my own thing and hopefully it grows organically, but hasn't happened yet, so we'll see. I mean, I should be, of course, I'm very thankful to all the people that do watch regularly. I know who you are and I really appreciate it. But yeah, still a bit of growth would be nice, and it's not been forthcoming, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll still crack on. I've been thinking recently, as you know, I use OM1 and my 300mm, which I love. I'm not getting rid of that. But this Nikon Z6II I bought, I want to say a year ago, and I just never use it. It makes fantastic images. The pictures are really beautiful out of here. But I've had my eye on the Nikon Z8, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and sell this, shuffle a few things around, see if I can get some money together. The used prices in Japan are pretty good, and I think, with a bit of maneuvering, financial maneuvering, I think I could potentially get it. And I'll pair it with my 500mm F5.6 and my 300mm 2.8, which I'm never using, but I don't want to get rid of those lenses. I've always kept hold of them, even when I've been using OM1, because I knew when the right camera came around that I could afford and the opportunity was there, I would use my Nikon stuff as well. So I'm not tied to one brand. A lot of people do stick with one brand, and that's absolutely fine. I always knew I wanted to go back and use that Nikon glass in conjunction with my OM1 as well, side by side. I know some people have real brand loyalty. I think I saw some video on YouTube about a photographer who was doing YouTube videos or something, and he changed brands and he got a lot of hate, and then he stopped doing it. I mean, to me that's ridiculous. I mean, I don't really want people watching my channel who are just gonna, if I use a different gear, they're not gonna watch my videos anymore, to be honest. So yeah, I mean, photographers use what gear they use to get the photos they can get. I love my OM1, I've said that many times, but it doesn't mean I'm not interested also in Nikon. I've always wanted to get a big full frame sensor camera, and the Nikon Z8 has 46 megapixels. I just want to see what those images look like. So yeah, that's it. I'll hopefully use both for certain different situations. God, it's nice. It's so peaceful. Also, I've seen on a few YouTube videos about this Merlin app that I'd never heard of, and it's pretty cool. And what you do is you download the app, you download a pack, it's free, and the pack basically is your area, the birds in your area, and you download the pack and then you just play the video, and all the birds around you, it automatically picks up. It's pretty amazing. So I've downloaded the Japan pack But a bit disappointing, I'm surrounded by Chinese bulbuls. I can hear them everywhere and it won't pick them up. So my first try hasn't been a huge success, but it did pick up a Eurasian tree sparrow, which was good. What else has been happening? I have been using my D500 a lot recently with my 500 PF. There was a peregrine falcon that basically was at these same fields for about a week. So I went back a couple of times using my OM1 and my D500, and it was just a great opportunity to be close to a peregrine falcon. He was actually feeding on jumping grasshoppers, and he would take about 16 or 17 in a sitting, and he would be on a post far off, and he'd come quite close to you as soon as a grasshopper jumped in the air, and he would snatch it in flight. Amazing. I think it was a juvenile, so maybe he's not ready for taking birds yet, but maybe he was just practicing. But that was a lot of fun, so I've got some photos from there. So I'll share some photos today as well, shots I've taken recently. You can hear those Chinese bulbuls everywhere. I'm not sure why the Merlin app doesn't pick them up. So I think I'm going to drive around and then maybe try and get a sunset, as I've only got this lens, this thing. But yeah, this is a great setup for landscape especially, and just general photography. But for birds in flight, the Nikon Z6II doesn't do it. The focus is pretty awful, to be honest. The D500 is way better, and I'm going to be reluctant ever to get rid of that D500. I just love the files that come out of it. It's such a good camera. You know, if people are getting into photography and they don't have much money, I would definitely recommend getting a used D500 on the market. You can pick them up pretty cheap, and they are awesome cameras. I haven't really got much to say. I'm just rambling, talking rubbish, but as I said recently, I've been trying to do proper videos and not many people watch those either, so yeah. But if you are watching, thanks for joining, and I hope you enjoy the pictures. Please say hi in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. Of course it helps. I'm trying to grow. Let's go and drive over to the coast, which is over there, and see if I can get anything with this. So, it's quite a nice night and there's a bit of action in the skies. I've never even done a landscape shot, photo, I think, with the Z6. So it'll be interesting to see how it does. This is a spot I often come to. I always go to the same places, but they're just comfortable. I know where they are. As I always say, there's probably better places, but why not go where you're comfortable with? You can see a liner, a big ferry or whatever it is going. There's nice light there, lighting that up. And yeah, a little bit of wave action on these rocks over here, and here, a little bit of wave action. So yeah, just play around, see if I can get anything. Right, so I'm not used to doing anything with this camera, and I'm just looking at the ISO here, and I was going to go to 100, but it says L007 L01 or something here. So I don't know what that means. Is that less than 100? I didn't even know you could do that. So that's pretty cool if it is. I've been here before, and these rocks here, I've used the handheld live ND on my OM1, and that's kind of fun, but I don't have that function here now. I really don't know much about this camera, even though I've had it a year. It's a bit stupid. But anyway, yes, this isn't the composition I've decided on. I basically just chucked it down. When I'm with my OM1, I rarely use a tripod, but I think with this camera I need to. So I've just chucked it down here in front of this lot here, but I'll probably move it down over there sometime, over there somewhere. So I'm just trying different heights of the tripod, different things. It's got quite a cool thing, again, I didn't realise. This feels like a review a year after I've had the camera, but as I said, I am trying to sell it. But as I said, the photos it produces are magical. bird ones. I've never really done landscape, but what it's got, I've just noticed, is quite a cool feature. I just put it into timer because I didn't want to touch the shutter, but I didn't even realize, but I've done it, and it waits 2 seconds, but then it takes a load of shots. So that's kind of cool. If a wave's coming in, I can do it 2 seconds, and then it will take 5 shots, and hopefully one of those shots is cool. So I've gone low angle to see if I can get the waves hitting the rocks, and then basically the waves going up, maybe the sun through the waves. Probably won't work, but just try, and then I'll probably move down there somewhere. I'm really bad at deciding on compositions for landscapes. I never know what I'm doing, but as always, here on my own, beautiful evening, great for relaxing the mind. There could be some really nice light later in the sky. I do miss having the live ND, I must say. I love playing with that on the M1, just darkening it superficially, but anyway, keep playing. But I've noticed, I think this thing here is a big thing on the sensor. Yeah, look at that, it's horrible. Let me just zoom into that. Yeah, that's a big mark on the sensor. And my Z6II, which I also loved, I used to have, was the same, an absolute dust magnet. So I'll need to get the blower out and get rid of that. And that's one great thing about the OM1. Never any dust on the sensor in my experience. So yeah, that's kind of annoying. But I can, as it's in the sky, I can easily get rid of that in post. So I've now got super high speed. I'm just holding the button down, hoping I'm not shaking the camera too much. I'm underexposing by about 2/3 of a stop because the sky's still too bright. But yeah, so I just keep my finger pressed down with high shutter speed when the waves come in, and I'm hoping I can sort of surround the sun. I think that's what I want. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but just see if, here we go, waves coming, so finger down, bit of a non-event. And actually that dust mark is going to be right kind of where the waves are, so I hope it doesn't get in the way if I try to take it out. It doesn't take some of the wave out. Wasting loads of shots doing this, but that's fine. Because I'm underexposing, those rocks are really dark, but hopefully the dynamic range of this camera will allow me to lift that in post. But I can't get the highlights back if they're blown, so that's why I'm underexposing. And I never really know if this is going to work, if this is going to be, these might all be complete rubbish, but that was a nice wave. Here's a big one. Press now. Right, I might see if I can change and do shot from that way towards the lighthouse. See if that works. How am I doing this? A little bit higher. Not sure if that's an interesting composition or not. A lot's made of doing self-timer or having a shutter release. But I don't know, I mean, as long as it's stable, if you just press lightly, you're probably not doing that much. I mean, you know, I'm not sending this shot to Nat Geo, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I mean, if you haven't got a shutter release or you don't want to use the timer, because the timer, it takes time. You can't get the exact moment you want when the wave's crashing. I want that exact moment. So, yeah, don't worry if you don't have a timer. Anyway, the sky's pretty boring there. The sun has now gone completely behind clouds, so we're not going to get a really great sunset, unfortunately. Luckily, I got a few shots with the sun out earlier, but yeah, I don't think that's coming back. So, the light's starting to go. So I might see if I can get a little bit of motion in the water. I'm at f13 1/5 of a second, and yeah, low ISO thingy, whatever that is. Here we go. This is why maybe not many people watch my videos, because they think, what is this joker doing? So, yeah. But I can't change who I am, unfortunately. Whee! Yeah, so a quarter of a second. There's some little rocks down here, and obviously I also want the wave kind of hitting that. So whether I stack 2 shots later or who knows. Moving over to this side with all my stuff. Not sure if those compositions on that side worked. Right, what we got? What can we do? I don't know. This is going to be boring. I've done this shot before. Like, the sun's gone. I'm just lining up these rocks here, almost on a vertical, and I'm just going to slow the shutter speed and get some smooth water. It's really boring, but I can't really think what else to do. There's not enough wave action. When there's wave action, you can make things happen. But so yeah, we'll see if I can slow that down. Hello. Yeah, I'm just trying to think about my composition. I don't know what to go for. I think the sun's gone, unfortunately. 10 minutes ago, it was nice and clear, but it's gone behind those clouds there. So
yeah, it's crazy. It's like changing all the time.
Right.
This morning, I didn't believe there will be any sun.
Right. Yeah, all day it was horrible, wasn't it? And then just suddenly, you visiting or you?
Yeah, just for vacation.
Okay, cool.
2 days. So,
right.
Just exploring.
Yeah, right. Well, it's a beautiful place, isn't it?
You?
So, yeah. No, I live here. I've been here 20 years. Yeah,
oh.
yeah. So yeah, my house is just up the road, so
right,
I sometimes come down here to take.
Like a man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Okay, you moved from?
Yeah, I'm from London, England. So I'm actually doing a YouTube video for like. Do you mind if you're in it or no? Okay, cool. Well, yeah, definitely enjoy the rest of your trip.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Take care. What a nice man. Rarely meet people from Europe in Okinawa. It's usually always Americans. But that was really nice. So even if I don't get any decent shots, I met a nice guy. I think he said Ant from Prague. How cool is that? There's nothing really in the sky, so I think I'm probably going to call it quits. It's nice to get out, but I think that's probably it. I've got to go and call my mum. So thanks so much for watching. Much appreciated as always. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.